He started.
Okay, I'll have to sit here for a few seconds to see if it actually works.
Okay.
I was going to say, knock on wood, I haven't had any issues for a good while, but.
Well, I hope we're not the first issue.
Okay, we got camping cage free in here.
Hey, Kevin. He
Be it,
was at our meetup.
oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
BN Us Odyssey.
That's Beth and Neil from
Big dreams, tiny budget.
Anne Marie. Hey,
We
guys.
got Dana B. We got Shift Kicker, Little Lone Prepper, uh, Randy Moore. I think we had Cashew in here too. Yeah. Oh boy.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, I even fed the cats a little bit ago, so they shouldn't bother me
I know.
too
We fed the
much.
puppies so they didn't make a mess and bark.
Yeah, I think whenever I start recording, I get over here and sit down and start talking. I think they think that, oh, you're calling me over here, and then
Uh-huh.
they start bothering me, and I'm like,
Yeah, they're
behave
like
yourself.
little kids when you get on the phone and all of a sudden they need your undivided attention. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And
Yeah.
how many pups do you have now?
We have two livestock guardian pups. They're going on 5 months. And then we have Lily. How old
Five
is
months
Lily?
already.
Lily's 8. Yeah. And then we have Brutus, who is two
Yeah,
years old.
Brutus.
And Brutus is Lily's puppy,
Yeah,
but
I
he's not.
always remember Brutus because my cat's named Brutus too.
Yeah.
One of my
He's,
cats.
he is a brute. He may be small, but I'll tell you what, he's a powerhouse. He's a good dog. He's teaching the puppies a lot, you know.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, Lily just sits there and barks at him.
Okay, well, um, go ahead and get started, I suppose. Um, Go ahead and introduce yourself and tell everybody what your channel's about and whatnot.
Well, I'm Jan with Simply Jan Homestead, and basically we uh, love to garden. We have some animals, chickens and ducks right now, and 4 dogs. I would have never thought I'd have 4 dogs, but 2 of them are going to pasture to protect some livestock we'll be getting soon. And this Friday or next Friday, we're getting our first big animal. I don't want to say what it is. A lot of people know, but it's been gifted to us when we're at our meetup. Um, it was gifted to us, and they're like, "Hey, do you want this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." So we, um, I do a lot of sharing and try to help other channels support, grow. And um, in the past, I used to love to do my shout out Fridays on Thursday, and Charles always Jan,
Yeah.
Thursday. I'm like, snap. But anyway, so I just do it a different way now and share it
Yeah.
on my community page. And um, I think the one thing I love to see is small channels grow. And if I
Yeah.
could be a part of that in any way, it's just super special to me.
It,
Um,
it, it sure is.
yeah, it just the relationships I've built from that have been phenomenal. So um, we moved from Texas from a half acre to Missouri on 17 acres to a little farm, and we pretty much sold everything we owned in Texas and decided we were going to go live our dream here. And we found this home and this land and fell in love with it. And um, Anne Marie at Big Dreams Tiny Budget really loves it a lot because there's a lot of grass to mow. And I'm being facetious. She hates mowing. I'm not reading the chat, so I can't see her comment, but I'm sure she has something to say.
Gotta love that grass.
Yeah. So anyway, that's pretty much our story. We had a dream and we decided to quit our jobs and sell our home and sell most of what we owned and put it in a U-Haul van and our little Ford Ranger. We took a trip up here and then went back for a couple weeks, sold our house and moved on up to Missouri, and we're loving it here. We've been here 3 years now, and we just absolutely love living here. We met some fantastic people, and we live in the heart of Amish country, so most of our neighbors are Amish, and they're just really fantastic people and supportive. You know, we know if there's anything we ever need, all we have to do is go over there and say, "Hey, man,
Yeah,
I need
you can
help."
learn a lot. You can learn a lot from the Amish.
Oh yeah, you betcha. Yeah,
Especially if you're new to the area and stuff.
yeah. Well, we learned that you don't say Missouri; it's Missouri because you'll be pegged as a foreigner right away. And like our street, it's a number street, but on the other side, they don't call it the number street. Like they have a name for it, an old something road, and they're like, "Oh, you live off here," and at first I was like, "Oh no, it's this street," and they go, "No, it's this street."
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, that was like over here. I used to have just a little bit of land, and when we first got there, it was called Oxford Township Road,
Uh-huh.
and then they changed it to 105.
Ah,
And you tried to tell somebody where you live, 105. Where's that?
yeah.
And oh, it used to be called Oxford Township Road. Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
know
I
where
know what
that's at.
that is. That's how it is here. That's
Yeah,
exactly how it is here. A matter of fact, most of the time, GPS will take you around the old back road and this dirt road or gravel road to get to our house. And I'm like, no, 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 don't do it that way. Because, you know, the buggies go up and down there and there's potholes. They constantly grade our road, but the potholes are can get really bad from the buggies going down there. So I don't, you know, we did that with the van when we moved, and we were like, soon found out there's an alternative road to go that's a business highway.
yeah,
So that's the way we go now. Unless I go to the Amish store, which is way shorter to go down the gravel road. I know how to dodge potholes now. So yeah,
yeah. You get used to where they all are. Well,
yeah,
that's a bad one. Come over this way.
yep. Yep, you
Yeah.
do a lot of left hand driving or right hand driving or swerving. Definitely. Definitely. So, yeah,
Um. So you've been busy here, going on trips
I sure have.
here lately.
Wow. I don't know that I'll do that again next year. You know, we went to the Mid America meetup. It was Kevin's birthday weekend, otherwise known as the boss. And we went there and spent the weekend there and had a great time. It was a great meetup. And then the next weekend, I went to the Okie Homesteading Expo in Pryor, Oklahoma. So, two Oklahoma meetups. And I had been trying to get there since the first one they had. And so I finally got there, and that was fun. I just went for the day, though. And then Stephen at the Backwoods Misfit, and I hosted a meetup at Lake Stockton, Missouri this past weekend. And in the meantime, I'm getting 26 meat birds. And so I'm like, what was I thinking? You know? And I expected them to come like Monday or Tuesday. Well, they came Friday morning. We thank God, because we couldn't check in till 2 o'clock at the campground. But I was panicking because I'm like, oh my God, if I have to leave and go pick up meat birds early in the morning on Saturday,
Yeah.
which the Lord was following me. He had my back, because we did not get any sleep Friday into Saturday. So I'm really just catching up on my sleep.
I was gonna say you guys probably took took a few days just to catch up.
Yeah, I think my head hit the pillows. We closed camp Saturday night, and my head hit the pillow, and literally I was gone. Literally, I was out like a light. And Sunday and Monday and Tuesday were pretty much the same way. So that
how,
it,
how
it,
how was your garden when you came back? Did it look like it?
it's doing good. I went out today and harvested some basil and green
Yeah.
beans. You know, anyway, I have my first little jalapeno and my first pepper coming up. I'm super excited about that. So this year we purpose to grow only what we're going to eat, no frivolous stuff, which is um, lettuce, radishes, carrots, Swiss chard. My pak choy is done now. It's gone to seed, but I pulled all that out. Tomatoes, and I'm only growing 2 slicing tomatoes, and everything else is paste tomatoes. Um, and then, of course, the basil. We have a grapevine. I did 3 sisters this year with squash, um, 2 different squash, corn, sweet potatoes, and an Idaho potato in one of my beds.
Yeah, I
And
seen your potato. You got a good sized potato bed.
yeah, no, I'm just dying to get in there and harvest, but they haven't bent over yet and died. So they're it's huge. And last year we got a pretty good harvest. I'm hoping for double this year. And then in there we have a couple squash, but then I have watermelon, cantaloupe, 2 cherry tomatoes, 160 onions sets that I planted, and then ground cherries, spinach, and I think that's it.
You ain't
So,
get no cucumbers?
oh, cucumbers, yeah, yeah, and of course loofah. I grow loofah every year, so
Oh yeah.
yeah. I think there's 2 of those coming up out of 6, so that's fine with me because I have leftover from last year. I was handing it out. We had people stay at our house for the meetup that couldn't camp out, so I was like, "Take all you want, have at it." Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm real pleased with it this year, and yeah, it's it's doing good. It's some of it I just put the seed in there. I put the fish in, and I had some starts, and they're doing phenomenal. I will do that every year now. Put the fish heads in there, and
Oh
they're
yeah.
so good. Yeah. And
Yeah.
then, of course, that nutrient goes across the whole garden when you water. It doesn't just stay where the tomatoes are. So, um,
Yeah.
yeah.
You got access to a lot of lakes and stuff.
Well, we have a pond that we stock. It was stocked with perch, bullhead, and supposedly catfish. We've never caught a catfish. So we stocked it with crappie and bass. And they've all, um, uh, what do you call that? Mated. I have a brain fart. I can't think of what it's called. Anyway, they've all produced again, and we have a lot of fish in our pond, and it's a spring fed pond. So it's pretty cool that we can, you know, go out to our pond and catch fish. Hey, Michigan Life, how you doing, Jason and Clarissa? I just turned the chat on. Suburban Hillbilly, Fireman HVAC, Lori. Hey, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, it's
Lori,
nice to have a. In I remember growing up with my grandpa when I got to stay with my grandpa. He had a pond out there, and he had fish in there, and he had one giant catfish, and
wow.
he kept telling me, "You got to catch that giant catfish. You got to catch it." And all I used is a cane pole because that's what I started with was a cane pole,
Yep.
and I got a hold of that big catfish one day. Oh man, I slid. He pulled me into the pond because
Oh.
the bank was all wet and everything. And when I got a hold of him, I went "Woo," right into the water. My grandpa was saying, "Let go," and I wouldn't let
You're like,
go.
no, that's my ball.
Yeah.
Did you get him? Did you bring him in?
Oh no, he broke the line.
Oh,
Yeah,
dang.
I ended up getting him a few years later. So
Wow, that's cool. Have you ever caught a catfish on our pond, boss?
Bullhead.
Oh, he did catch a bullhead.
oh,
I didn't know.
Bullhead's in there.
Yeah, I guess he did. I never did have. I've caught perch. I don't think he caught it. He caught 13,
14 and a half.
14 and a half inch crappie out of there, and it was nice.
oh,
Two.
I love
He thinks
crappie.
it was the same one because it weighed exactly the same and it measured exactly the same. We threw it back, you know. What do you call that when they mate and they
Spawn?
oh they spawn? That's what I'm trying.
Oh,
I don't know. What I could think of it. Yeah. So we know they've spawned because now that we're seeing smaller ones, you know.
Oh, bass.
Smaller bass. Yeah, the crappie haven't seen that yet, but yeah, we've really enjoyed having it, and we a couple of years ago we bought 2 kayaks, and we'll go down to the Sac River and kayak there, and there's like you go up the river and then it curves around, and right there at the curve there's a little beach area, and you can launch your boats up there and just fish your heart away. Man, we've done real good up there. So we like to just go. There's a bunch of different rivers around here. Some are connected to the Pomme de Terre Lake, but it's part of the lake, but they call it a river. And then the Sac River is usually where we end up going because we like going there. So and it's a beautiful trip, and plus there's a beach we can launch on. So anyway, here's Brutus. He has to say hi.
hey,
Oh,
Brutus.
you're on YouTube. Let me say hi to everybody. Anyway, Brutus grew up on YouTube, huh? He really has. He's a baby. He's my baby. Okay, get back, Brutus. So yeah, we've got a lot of things coming up, and get back, Brute. Get back. Got a lot of new things coming up, and you know no matter how bad you want it, it still is sort of nerve-wracking because you've never done it, you know.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm excited about. I know it'll be fine, you know. But our one of our puppies got a duck, our little teeny duck we called Rudolph. We named him Rudolph because none of the other ducks would let him play and in the games. So, but we think we think Bear got Rudolph and he got 2 of our chickens.
Oh,
So yeah, it was sort of bad. It was bad. That was during our meetup, and Kevin let him out, and then he came back to the meetup and never gave it a second thought. And so yeah, now they're in heavy duty training, so they don't kill any more livestock. But
yeah.
they're good puppies. They're
We
doing.
will make America great again.
Thank you for the sub. I didn't even get to read that.
What did it show you?
I didn't. I wasn't very long. It pops up on my screen.
Oh, hey Al,
Oh yeah, there it is. Al.
Nikki's in here. Oh, okay, cool. Shift kicker, yay. Yeah, so it'll be this Friday or next Friday we'll get it. And I hope I do good.
It'll be because you do your lives on Fridays too, don't you?
Friday, 6 o'clock. Yeah. Yeah. Been doing it that way for years. So
is that going to be like a introduction live type?
if I have it, I will. It sort of stinks right now because I spilt wine on my keyboard on my computer and killed it. Yeah. And so, yeah, that really stunk. But I have to use my phone. So actually, it'll be better if it does come, then I can show everyone on my live. But at the meetup, we had one of our sponsors gave us 2 gift cards to hand out, and we were so tired. We didn't write it down, which we should have. So on my live, we're going to be giving away those 2 gift cards.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was coming home from the feed store Monday, and I don't even know what made me think of it. And I was like, oh, crap. Oh, no. We forgot.
Well, I've had giveaways, and it seems like if I have like more than a couple things to give away, I still never give away one thing.
Yeah.
I end up giving it because somebody never emails you.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they sent the gift cards, they're electronic, through to my email, but it was right around Wednesday or Thursday. And I just had so much on my mind and setting up and getting everything organized. And Stephen didn't get here until Friday. And he got here early Friday, but by that time, we're focused on loading everything up and, making sure everything gets to where it needs to be and setting up. And it just went right out of my head. So I called her and I said, would you mind if we do it on my live? And I'll profusely apologize. She's like, no, that's fine. Didn't matter really to her where we gave it to, but it would have been nice for the people at the meetup, But a lot of people that come into my lives were at the meetup, so it'll all work out.
Yeah,
it all sorted.
There's a lot of giveaways there too.
Yeah. But, some of it was just little odds and ends for gardening, and I had bought a cool camo shade cloth, and I was like, man, I need to get me one of those. I like the camo, I got it off Temu, but it was pretty nice, so everyone seemed happy with what they got. And next year I think we're doing a float trip down one of the rivers, and we're just
that'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it poured down rain Saturday morning. I mean, it came pouring down. And we're cooking breakfast because we thought, our first meetup, we'll cook for everyone for breakfast. And it was coming down in sheets, and we're all watching the radar. And it about 12 o'clock, it stopped. We had a couple little drizzles after that, but it ended up to be a great day. So. And what was really cool is so many people came from other states like Pennsylvania, Iowa, Illinois, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Missouri. I know I'm missing someone. I can't think of who it is, but people came from all over the country to come to our little meetup, and it turned out pretty good. We had 33 channels there, and including subscribers that came. And then there was it was either 67 or 68 people that showed up, and it was perfect because everyone could, you know, get under the canopy and chit chat and have a good conversation, and then, mingle around to the next group and chit.
Yeah.
And it wasn't so huge that you got lost in transition and really never got to
Yeah.
conversation. And a
I
lot,
see the big ones, the
yeah,
bigger ones. You'll see somebody you want to talk to, but it's almost like there's a line of people waiting to talk to those, and
yeah,
then you never get to talk to them, and it's like,
yeah,
oh well, I'll go talk, say hi to somebody else.
yeah, yeah. Like when I met Doug and Stacy at Oklahoma, well, I've been with them from when they started building that cabin, and I was we got to talk, in and out. And I told Stacy, I said, I got I'm a Homestead homie t-shirt, and I was going to wear it. Now I'm really mad I didn't. She goes, you've got a Homestead homie t-shirt? And I go, yeah, I mean, I take really good care of it. I don't wear it a lot because I don't want to get screwed up. But we got to talk. I mean, not like some of the other people. Some people sort of dominated their conversation, which
Yeah.
is fine. I mean, I I don't it didn't bother me, but I got to talk to him about what I wanted to talk to him about. And I was like, gosh, I just can't imagine having, 50 to 100 people in line to talk to me and meet
Yeah, I
me.
know.
That would be tough, but that's why we just so enjoyed this meetup. It was so fun. And then, people came back to the house and they got to party a little bit more. I don't know how much partying they did, but probably get ready for bed. And yeah, it was good. It was good. And we were thinking like maybe a raft or river, not a raft trip, just tubing,
Yeah.
kayaking down the river. That would be fun.
Oh yeah. One
Yeah.
of these days I'll get to go to one of these.
Yeah, I know, right?
I was supposed to go to one, and then there it was during the gas thing that they had, and I was going to take the bus there and then stay with my son because he was down in Oklahoma at the time,
Mm.
and yeah, they canceled the ticket and refunded me, saying they don't have and that won't have buses running in that area. I was like, oh man,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
And that
That,
was it was a day before I was supposed to leave too.
oh no.
Yeah.
Um, could you imagine if you worked and you had made all the arrangements and then you're out your vacation really for what you're do? Golly, that would have been awful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just love all the new young channels that are just getting started showed up. Not all of them, but a bunch of them showed up, and people I've known for a couple years showed up. CNC Farms, Willoway Farm, which I've talked to for a couple years now, and or a year, and I got to meet them and then Flannel Hill Farms showed up. They don't live far from us, but they're a brand new channel. So it was just so awesome meeting them and them meeting other bigger channels that were there.
Yeah.
And that was so fun. It was such a perfect blend. So yeah. Anyway.
What'd be good is those really small channels come back the next year and see how much they've grown in that time.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
know it. You know it. Well, they've already grown quite a bit from the meetup and from us giving them shout outs, and every channel, all the bigger channels are like, hey, go check out this one, go check out that one, just so we can help them grow. And
Yeah.
that's the beauty of it. So I love it. I love it. It
Yeah,
just
I get a lot of people tell me why are you doing these little channels and stuff? We want to see the famous people. And I enjoy, interviewing the smaller channels, the bigger channels. It doesn't matter,
yeah.
but if I can help somebody get 5-10 subs, that's all the better.
Yes, I don't believe in any of us are famous. We're not famous.
No.
We're there ain't no
No.
such thing. We're YouTubers who live a normal life, and we put our pants on one leg at a time, and there's nothing special about any of us except, we make videos and they might not, so, you know, and
Yeah.
I don't edit very much. So
And that's
what
the
you
the
see,
cool thing about the meetups. There are a few fans, but the majority of it is other YouTubers.
yeah. I had someone last year say I'm fan drilling over you, and I go, you're what? She goes, I'm fan drilling over you. I said, stop it, stop it. I'm not. I am Jan. I am just Jan. I go, don't do that to me. Don't put me on that pedestal because I don't. No, I don't go there. Love you, but no. I will always be I am who I am, and I'll never get a fat head over it. I don't care if I got to 1 trillion subscribers. I'd never be that girl. I'll still not edit, and I'll still, I'll bounce the camera every now and then and have crappy shots. But at least I admit it. I always
Yeah.
tell everyone I am not a Hollywood production. If that's what you're looking for, you better go over to someone else's channel. It's not me. But I've gotten better. You got to admit, I got a little better. I know how
Oh
to
yeah.
camera now.
That's the whole process too. Is
Yeah,
I remember uh, when I first, because I didn't start in this. I started in gaming, and
yeah,
I go back and watch some of my stuff. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
that's horrible.
yeah.
uh, and I'm the worst critic ever, because I've done a video and then I try not to watch them anymore, because if I watch them, I won't put them up. I just won't upload them.
Oh,
Like,
I
oh,
do.
that's
Like,
horrible.
that's good.
So I just upload it and hope for the best.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes like the boss and I will be doing a video together, and I'll hand him the camera. Well, that's a mistake. So, and he's, I don't know what I'm doing. I said, just point the camera. And I'll hold it this way, point it, hit the button, and go for it. And I'll have him stop it. Did you have my head in there, babe? Like, oh no, man, let me look. No. We really should hang on to those videos so we could use them for bloopers, because
Yeah.
oh my god, and I'm infamous. He's very lengthy, descriptive person, and emphasis on lengthy. So I'll be going, wrap it up behind the camera, and he's like looking at me like, And then I'll cut him off, and he's like, "Why are you cutting me off?" I said, "Because he won't shut up." I said, "Short. It's got to be, I want it no more than 10 minutes, no more." And he'll go on and on how to put a screw in a board in like 15 minutes. And I'm like, "Babe." And we're laughing. I mean, I'm behind the camera rolling, and my camera's bouncing. So
Yeah, you ought to save those and put them
I
put them
do.
all at the end.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I'll be in a good mood and I'll stick the bloopers in at the end.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we could have like 10 years worth of bloopers on ours. We were building the doghouse, and oh my God, and I didn't have the camera rolling. I'm like, oh. So he's cutting the board, and we have it on the horses, right? And let me put my hands down. So here's the horses, right? And there's a board here, and he's cutting the board, and he didn't realize. He's cutting it in the middle with a saw. Next thing I know, he goes flying on the ground because the board cut. He didn't. No one was holding the other board. He goes flying. And I come back on, and I'm rolling. I'm like laughing so hard. And I said, "So what happened, boss?" He goes, "Well," and I was dying because I didn't get it. It would have been a perfect video for a blooper.
Yeah, you got to record everything.
Yes,
just in case.
And I just shut it off. I had to go get him something. I came back, and as I came back, he fell. He fell through through the board. Everything went flying. It was awesome. I could have did a slow-mo on it. Oh my God, it was hysterical. But I didn't get it. I said, "Would you reenact that for me?" And he goes, "No."
Do it again. Do it again.
Oh gosh, it was funny. But that's why if you're filming, just film. You can always cut out what you don't need. I'm having trouble with my iMovie, like cutting clips, and maybe I just need to research a little harder. I used to be able to just go in and cut, or I'd be able to put my text on the clip I wanted to. It doesn't do that now because
they upgraded it.
Update. Don't do updates.
Oh, I know.
Don't ever.
I hate when they do that.
It took my camera reverse off with that update. It took a bunch of my editing, and I've deleted the iMovie and reloaded the new, updated version. No, still not there. So anyway, it is what it is, right?
Yeah, just like OBS. It's updated for about 8 months now, and I'm still on the, because it works, so I'm not touching it.
No, no.
I hate when they force you to update stuff.
Well, I don't. I have the option not to update, so I don't have to. I just say nope, nope, nope.
Yeah. Don't mess with any. If it's working, leave it alone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I haven't got time for that stuff. I mean, I'm already a technically challenged anyway. So, didn't you do my backdrop? No, yeah, you did. Charles did my backdrop on my home screen for me. Charles, I must have messed with that thing for a week. I could not get it to fit to size. And so I'm like, I got to email Charles. I hope he can help. And then he tells me, "Oh, it's got to be this size, this size, this size." And I'm like, that's why I had you do it. Yeah, it went right over.
They tell you one size, but that size doesn't work. It's a whole different other size. And I don't know why, when you go to put your banner up there, it tells you one size, but it's not the right size. And it's still that way.
And I couldn't fix it to make it what I wanted it to. Charles to the rescue. I was like, "Oh, please help me, please." But you taught me how to use Canva and I still use that. Canvas got sort of stupid on the free version because I don't pay for anything. I'm cheap, you know.
Yeah.
Uh, but they used to have some really cool icons that can make some good thumbnails and stuff. But now it's like all the cool ones you have to pay for. I'm like, no, I ain't paying that kind of money for that.
Yeah. If you use it enough times, they
Yeah,
say, "Oh, this person's using it. Oh, it's a paid version now."
yeah, yeah. I
That's
think
why
that.
if you find something you like, um, delete the background off of it and save it on your computer, and then upload it.
Oh, I
Ev-
didn't know I could do that.
Yeah,
Golly.
save all the free ones, and
Okay.
then because it seems like if you use them multiple times, then they say, well, if you're using this free one all the time, we'll make it the paid version. Then you go to
Uh,
use it and you can't use it because watermarks.
yeah, yeah, exactly. But I do like using it, you know.
Oh yeah.
But now I'll take it most of the time. I'll take a clip off the video and do it that way, So it doesn't matter to me, you know. I mean, I
Um,
see all the big channels, they don't use Canva, very rarely. They're
oh
just
yeah. You
using clips.
very seldom do you see the big channels, use text or anything, just
Yeah,
whatever pops up.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So I'm good with it. It's good for them, it's good for me.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah. You used to have didn't you used to have pigs?
Yes, we had sausage and savory, and sausage was our uh, pig, and then Savory was our friend. So we bartered that we'd raise their pig for them, and then they would come and help us butcher them. So that's what we did. That was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were. I was everyone. I can't think of the breed of the pig now. Um, well, it's a pig everyone raves about. I wasn't crazy about him.
The the one that'll is a grazer type pig.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't.
Golly, I can't. I'm sort of brain dead.
Uh, Yogi Holly Farm has them. Is that the ones?
Yeah. Hey, Jake and Gail. Cooney. No, not
Cooney.
Cooney Cooney,
Oh,
but
it wasn't.
they're related to the Cooney Cooney. Um. Oh gosh.
But um,
No, not Cooney
would you
Cooney.
guys do that again with the pigs?
No, we're not raising pigs again. We're gonna raise a different livestock for meat and breeding. Um. Yeah.
Besides what you're surprised that is coming, what kind of what would you like to?
Yes, Idaho pasture pigs. Thank you, Randy.
Oh,
Yeah, I have brain fart. Yep. Thank you, Beach Army. Yeah. Okay. What?
um, besides the surprise thing that's coming, something that you would one day like to get into raising.
Well, I affectionately call them my giraffes that we're getting. Because I don't, it's a surprise too. And honestly, it's been over a year. I missed the window because we weren't ready for them. And so the guy sold those two that we were getting. And now I'm waiting for the next breeding season. But I told everyone, because everyone's like, "What are you getting?" I said, "I'm not telling because I've waited so long to get these. It's probably been a year and a half, and not a year. And I was that close to having them, but then Kevin and I were getting real stressed out because we were supposed to get the puppies. We were supposed to get these, our giraffes. I'm going to call them giraffes. And, you know, and we weren't ready. And the last thing you ever want to do is get livestock and not be ready. And, you know, with the pigs, we had all the structure in place. Everything was great. We never had a problem. And, but with these, we thought we were. And yeah,
Jake's got something for you.
what you got, Jake?
He said, I got goats. You ain't got to wait.
No, I ain't get no goats. I ain't get no goats. I don't want a goat. I don't want nothing to do with the goat. No, no. I did. When I started my YouTube channel, I said, oh, maybe we'll get goats. And, you know, and now I'm like, don't want nothing to do with goats. Although goat meat, I hear, is superb. But no goats. Giraffes. We're getting giraffes, Jake. Yeah. Yeah. My friend sent me a picture and it was 2 giraffes being hauled in a trailer. Here's your giraffes, Jan. I'm like, oh my God, that's hysterical. I need to take a clip of that for my thumbnail. But yeah, we're getting these livestock to raise, to breed, so I can supplement my income because I'm on Social Security, and for meat. And the ones we're getting are superb for meat. They're like supposed to be one of the best.
Oh, that's good.
So yeah, I'm willing to wait because I honestly I was gonna get this one breed, and I started doing research and I found these other ones, and they're absolutely gorgeous. And then I started reading up about them, and I'm like, wow, that's like almost too good to be true. And then when I talked to the farmer who raises them, he was like, oh yeah, you've never tasted anything like this. It's so good. It's almost like beef. And he said, I've eaten, this is better than some beef I've eaten. And it was,
Especially nowadays.
yeah. So, you know, that's our goal. I'll raise, you know, eventually we'll get 2 males. One will be its friend and one we'll use for mating. But that's the part we weren't ready for the male. And then I was like, you know, so when we get them, we're not getting a male at first. We'll go back and we'll get structure set up and just getting the females. And I might end up getting 3 instead of 2. So, and then we can breed. And then the other thing was the male was related to the females, and we don't do that. We don't
Yeah.
interbreed.
I've seen
he's
a
like, it's okay if you only do it for 2 years. And I go, nah, not going to work for us. No, I don't. I can't do it. And Kevin won't do it. And, you know, so. Yeah, but on the,
I've seen a few people get animals before they, oh, we'll get the structure as we go and stuff like that. And I've seen a lot of animals are sitting out there in the heat. They don't have no shade trees or anything. And certain animals, that's really bad because they have to have water and shade.
yeah, big mistake.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I guess that's the blessing about before I started my YouTube channel, before we even moved, like 2 years before, I started watching Homestead channels. I don't even know how I got there, but I went down the rabbit hole and kept digging. And I would see these people getting a homestead, you know, after living like us on a half acre and they were in the city. At least we were in a rural country area in Texas, and they don't have fencing, they don't have water, they don't have anything, and they're trying to, you know, water their animals. And on rainwater, and it didn't rain, and then it's like, why would you put yourself through that and just overwhelm themselves and then end up getting rid of them because they couldn't properly care for them? And to me, that's the worst thing you could ever do, is
Yeah.
jump 3 steps ahead of what you're prepared for. And we've been very, very careful. When we moved here, we hit the ground running. We knew we were getting chickens. And Kevin and I built the chicken hut and the chicken coop and the run. And that took us a month to get done because we did it on the weekends when he wasn't working, and some after he came home from work. But it took us a month. And then the lady we got Highland Browns, and she lived right behind us. She actually graduated out of our house, came by and gave us a little history. We did.
Oh, that's cool.
We didn't. It was pretty cool, yeah. So, we got chickens from her, and because we didn't want to have to buy eggs, I won't buy store-bought eggs. So, we got that done, and then, it was, I think that year or then not long after that, we decided to get the pigs, and our friend's like, hey, what do you say we go in half? We'll pay for the feed or whatever, and we'll come help you lay the fence. And we had to do like part of a side, and then the whole back. And we'll help you put it up and run the fence and, butcher the pigs. And we're like, sounds good to us. So then Joyce and Jean at Morris Patch of Heaven hooked us up with this guy who sold the Idaho pasture pigs. And we went and picked those up and raised them from babies. They're not that old when we got them. So I enjoyed raising them. I just wasn't crazy about the meat. I just found them to be fatty, and there's only a couple other people I've heard that from, so I don't know what it was, if it was just those pigs or what. I don't know, but we got a lot of meat off them, I'll tell you that right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I can't complain. I mean, the bacon was really good.
Yeah, the first pig I did, and I got to go. This is when you could still get stuff from the dumpsters.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of. It was I had a truckload of oats, and fed the thing oats.
Mm-hmm.
And with this other stuff, but and he fattened up so big, and I didn't think of how I was going to get him to get processed, and my father-in-law came over, and we were trying to figure out how we're going to get him in the back of the truck because we can't pick him up. So we were, yeah, we didn't think that part out because the whole plan was to back the truck down in there and run him up ramps, and it didn't work.
Well,
He ended up, he got so mean. He started chasing me. And I had my son's dog, which he called Dog because that's when he was a little baby, that's what he called it.
Yeah.
Went after it and tackled it, and that's how we ended up getting him into the back of the truck.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Wow.
What we thought was going to be a 15-minute thing, it ended up the whole day.
Oh.
And we ended up duct taping his legs together, and
oh my gosh. Yeah. Did you video that?
Oh no. This was in the 90s.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
That would have been a good one though.
Well, I will tell you that if we ever did get a pig again, which we could, I mean, we have a
Somebody else will butcher it.
friend that sells them. Yeah, we're not doing it. We're not doing it because I mean, it went pretty flawlessly. Um, one of them we had to shoot twice because it didn't work the first time.
Yeah,
That
we got thick skulls.
I sort of teared up on that one because that was our pig, and
Yeah.
I did not want to see it. So I'm like, shoot it, shoot it, shoot it, you know, because I didn't want to see him hurting, you know.
Yeah.
But their skull is so thick and it just didn't penetrate. So anyway, but and you know, we bought a hoist um,
Deer.
for deer, and thankfully it picked both of theirs up. They just cut theirs and gutted it and then bagged it up and took it home, put it in the freezer and took it home. But they had a 2.5 hour drive. But he just froze it, and then when he was ready, because Butch used to be a butcher, so he showed us how to cut it. But you know, we sort of did a good job, and on some things, Kevin did a really, really, really good job. And then there's other parts that you know, had we had someone there just step by step by step, it would have looked much prettier. But I said, it don't matter. It all eats the same, you know.
Yeah.
But we got a lot of lard. We got a lot of bacon. A matter of fact, I still have like 2 slabs of bacon in the deep freeze. We cold smoked it, but we haven't smoked it yet. And that's the next thing. And it's been in there for a year or so. Just say, yeah. And then he got a deer, and a deer is similar to butchering a pig. So he got his first deer last year, and we butchered that. My friend came and helped me, or Kevin, I should say. And but that hoist, I'll tell you what, that thing was awesome to have. It was a
Oh,
great
yeah.
invention, besides the chicken plucker that I ever bought.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When I had chickens, I tried to do the whole, feather by feather. I ended up skinning them all.
Oh heck yeah! No way. Mm-mm. No.
Yeah, and then I seen somebody use that the plucker, and I was like, this thing is wonderful.
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, it doesn't always get all the feathers off. There's still some
Yeah,
in there.
the little
But
bitty things.
dude, I mean, you just spin that
Yeah,
thing around and
yeah.
it's
There's no
fantastic.
way I would do it by hand again. That's why I said, no way. I'll skin it. I know
Yeah,
how to skin. So
I did that last time, but we still put it in the plucker. But then I ended up skinning it because I didn't realize that the feathers would come off with the
yeah,
skin. You know, I didn't get it. You know, so. But we just bought 26. We got 25 meat birds, and they give you an extra one. Well, that one died, and then 2 of our other meat birds died. So we have 25.
23.
Well, 25 meat birds because the free one they give you, they're never going to get big enough to butcher by the time the meat birds are ready, you know. And 99% of the time they're roosters, and we didn't need a
yeah.
rooster, so
Okay.
and he was weak, so
What do you tell the people that get mad at you for, butchering your own animals?
I've never had anyone say anything. Well, okay, when we lived in Texas, I had 4 birds, and my daughter told me I was going to be a chicken murderer because she goes, "Are you going to kill them?" And I said, "Well, if I'm hungry and I'm starving, yeah, you betcha." And she's like, "Mom, you're a chicken murderer." But I said, "I'm not killing my chickens. They're for eggs. Are you kidding me?" And I paid a pretty penny for all those chickens. But they did well. But I've never on my channel. The only thing I only semi-negative comment I've got was those poor chickens. And I told the person, I said, those poor chickens feed my family. So,
And they're treated so much better than the stuff you
oh,
get out of the store.
they're
I
not like
don't understand it.
antibiotics and
Yeah, and they're
ugh.
all crammed in the. Yeah, it's
Yeah. So this year we're doing something different. We have a rabbit hutch that we are using. We'll put an entry door on it, and on the rabbit hutch,
No, not on the rabbit hutch.
on the chicken tractor, we put a door on it. So, and then we'll put the electric fencing around it so they can actually roam in the grass and
oh
free range in the grass, because that was the thing the past 2 years that we've had meat birds. It's them, they poop insatiably and you cannot keep up with it. I mean, I would have to move them 4 times a day for them
I
to
was
have
gonna say,
something in
yeah,
it, and some people do perches and stuff like that. Well, our chicken tractor isn't tall enough for that. I mean, I might be able to finagle one, about that high off the ground, but we decided it'd just be better for them to free range on the grass in the electric fencing, and then if when they eat that up, we can move them to the next spot and just keep doing that. And so I'm real happy about that decision, and we're gonna have them on the other side of the house and then the puppies will be in the back pasture by then. They won't be in our yard they're just acclimating with us right now.
yeah.
But they'll be in the back with the other animal. And then so they're on the other side of the house and they'll be here, and our regular chickens are over here. They'll be here and here. So yeah. So that I think that's gonna be a good fix, and I'll feel so much better because, I wouldn't want to be standing in my poop all day long. You know,
No,
ew, it's so gross. And I think we have a responsibility as, being doing animal husbandry to, make sure that they're taken care of and they're loved, and, they may be your food source, but they're they don't know it, but we know it. They're giving the ultimate sacrifice to feed our family, and I
yeah.
respect and honor that. So um, it's important for me to give them a high quality
Uh,
chicken killer on the loose.
what kind of meat chickens are you raising?
They're jumbo Cornish cross. Now next time we get them, we're gonna get the Bressies because they can reproduce and they lay eggs, they go broody, they do all the things. So my favorite way to cook chicken, I have couple favorite ways. The other option is that poor family instead of those poor chickens. Yeah, exactly. My favorite way to cook chicken is roasted, broiled, or in a roasting pan, or I like to make chicken tacos or nachos. We really love chicken nachos, so I'll make those a lot. But usually I put them in my roaster and put it in the oven for about an hour, and it's just so good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, my son-in-law worked for Tyson in Arkansas, and he said that it was so sickening how they raised them. And I'll be frank with you, I before we left Texas, I could not eat regular eggs from the grocery store. All my life I did. I didn't know any other difference. But when they start putting all the antibiotics in it, and whatever, I remember what else they throw in there, but
Hard to say.
yeah, the smell on my hands just made me want to vomit. And it like took hours to get it off my hands. And I told Kevin, I don't want no eggs. Don't make me any egg.
Yeah,
I'll keep making it.
I get my eggs from the Amish because I can't have them here in the city.
Yeah. Isn't
Yeah,
that sad? That's really pathetic. And we lived in an HOA, but our HOA was bad to the bone. You could have goats, horses, cows. Uh, I don't think pigs, but maybe someone had pigs. I don't know. But you could have chickens, a rooster. We didn't have a rooster back then because I just wanted eggs. I
Mhm.
didn't want chicks. So,
yeah,
but yeah. But
yeah.
I really liked our HOA. It was cool. Hey, Ginger. Um, I hear the handcuff. Did I hear handcuff?
I don't know about
I'm
that.
reading a comment. I can't see far away, so I have to do this.
Well, we're at toward the end here. What do you besides the surprise you got? What do you have in the future for your channel?
Um, Probably getting a new camera or phone. I know a new phone's in the future because our phones are getting sort of wonky. And with some better, I really do want to. I'm not a Hollywood production, but I do want to produce some better videos with more clarity and
Yeah.
I have an Osmo action camera and it does a good job, but it would require me getting it out and using it.
It's
um,
just so easy with the phone.
I
It's
know, and I have the phone on me all the time. I don't have the camera. I'm not carrying that dang camera around with me everywhere.
yeah,
But
you might
I,
want to look into getting a new waterproof laptop.
yeah, yeah, I need that. I totally need that. Well, I will never put liquid near my laptop again. Well, I was showing someone, they said, "Oh, how much wine do you have in your glass?" And I was, I tipped it like this, and I kept tipping it. And I had a little, like that much in there, and I kept tipping it, and off on the keyboard it went. I'm like, "Oh, snap. No, no, no." And then what I should have done was get off that live, gone on my phone on the live, turn that over. I dried it off real good, so I thought, but it, and then shut it off, and turned it upside down. But I didn't know. I thought I got it all dried out.
Oh, that and pop is probably the worst thing to get in your
Yeah,
well, coffee too. If you put a lot of sugar in your coffee, that's
yeah,
bad too.
yeah. Well, fortunately, it wasn't a very expensive computer. I just got it, to have one. It was like $300 at Walmart, but it served the purpose. So, just anyway, it a lesson learned. Lesson learned. So don't ever tip your glass on your computer, y'all. Even if it's water. But,
Well, for my phone, I don't even know if it has a name for it. Yeah, I don't have a name for it, but that's what I use for my phone. It works good.
it's a lavalier.
Yeah, you just plug it in the bottom of your phone and then clip it onto you, and you can walk around
If it's
and
windy, it takes the wind out. I have one of
yeah,
those too. And it's got such a long cord, though. A lot of times I'll rip it off my ear and off my shirt or off.
yeah. I did the whole cord thing one time, and then I was because I do the things on the porch. But I forgot I had it on, and I go walking off, and I'm dragging my phone and everything with me, and I'm like, oh man,
Yeah, that one's doesn't have the cord.
oh, it's wireless.
Oh, it's I missed that part.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. That's
that's
what.
the little thing at the bottom. It
Yes,
plugs in at the bottom.
sweet.
You just got to remember turn it on. I do that like 4 or 5 times, and I'll
Yeah.
come back in here to edit, and it's just quiet. And you see my
Oh,
mouth moving and everything, and I'm like, oh man.
oh no. Well, on mine, like it plugs into the charging port,
Yeah,
which I'm getting rid of the iPhone. I'm like so done with iPhone. I'm going back to this Samsung.
Samson. Yeah.
Yeah, and gonna do that. So, because I had a probably had a better pick
Uh-oh.
with that. So I had a
Oh, there
phone
you
call
are.
start. I thought I had my notifications off. But all right, I know I've taken up a.
Oh, must got another phone call.
Yeah, let me turn this off. Okay, here we go now. But I appreciate you having me on, Charles. It's been a pleasure. Love talking to you.
Yeah. I
Thank
finally
you.
got you up here.
I know. How long have we known each other? Like going on almost, well, it's close to 3 years.
Yeah.
Because I met you right after we moved here.
Yeah.
Or yeah, because when we were in Springfield. Yeah. And I did those shout outs on Thursday.
Yep.
My Friday shout outs. Yeah, it's been 3 years. Believe that? You're the only one getting older, and I love that part.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone who came over to support Charles and and I so appreciate it. It's been fun. It's been fun. I enjoyed talking. And I'll show you my giraffes and I'll show you what I get when I get it. It's going to be so soon. And I can't turn back now on the one thing. So it's coming.
That's good though.
Yeah, I'll do a bit. And I'll use my camera for that because I don't want my phone bouncing all around. I'll make it a little more quality. So, um, the other thing you asked me about that is I'm really trying to get to 3,000 subscribers. I'm trying so hard. I'm 122 away last I checked.
Oh.
It's like a turtle, you know, uh,
Yeah.
like you gain, you lose, you gain, you lose, the YouTube way. Um,
Yeah.
but I'm so close. Because once you get there, then it seems like it grows it faster. You
Yeah.
know?
You got another goal to get to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. If y'all know 122 people that will subscribe to Simply Jen Homestead, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah. There you go. Hopefully we'll get everybody over over there from here. I
Yeah.
don't know how well my channel does right now, but maybe 2 weeks down the road, everybody will watch it, and then you'll get a bunch of subscribers all of a
I'll be
sudden.
like, oh, that's Charles. No, I've always grown organically. I have been blessed. I'm not gonna lie. I've been blessed with a few shout outs over the years. But I'll also be honest that none of those really amounted to a lot of anything. But
Hmm.
it wasn't for me about the numbers, and it's still not about the numbers. It's just a goal I have, and I'm like, oh, I'm so close. You
Yeah,
get excited because you've worked so hard, so long, and but I I went squirrel right there. And so anyway, I have really tried to grow organically without any big huge channel shouting me out. And I did have a big huge channel shout me out, and I think I got like 4 subscribers off of it.
yeah,
And yeah, it is what it is. And I'm not a groupie, so I don't I'm not a click person. I'm not
yeah.
a
Go to the big channels and say hi.
yeah.
Look at
Yeah,
me, look at
well,
me. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. And the people I know are the people I love and I visit with, and they are my friends. But, a lot of times, like we'll go see each other and we're not videoing. We're like, wait a minute,
yeah,
I ain't videoing. I'm here to love you and visit with you and have a good time. And so,
yeah,
I mean, I just wanted to put that out there. I don't don't want you to think like I'm number hungry or, you know, I
Yeah,
ain't a girl.
that'd be the way I like if I ever get to go to a meetup. I would probably record the small channels, and then if I met somebody the bigger channels, I would just talk to them.
Yeah.
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 That way, the little channels would get a boost.
Yes. Yes. And I think there was a lot of that going on in our meetups too. But the, you know, what we consider a big channel, like I think the person with the biggest subscriber count was Robinson's Belly Acres. And they surprised us. Kevin and I, they showed up and we weren't sure they're coming, but they ended up coming. But they were right in there with everyone, you know, and that's the kind of people they are. And that's the kind of people I hang with, because they're not all about that, you know. Yeah, they get as excited as I am to hit 3,000 as they were to hit 4,000 or 5,000, you know, but it's not about that for them, you know.
Yeah.
They're just trying to build a homestead and survive and live their life, and that's pretty much how we all are. So I love our community that we're in, and I cherish each and every person. So yeah. Okay, well, I just said a 30-minute goodbye. The old Southern goodbye.
Yeah, thank you for making it up here.
Yes, thank you for inviting me, and thank you everyone again for coming.
Yeah,
Really,
you're welcome.
well, I guess I'll see you on the next video.
Yep, I'll be waiting to see your giraffes.
Okay, all right. I love you.
Catch you later.
Bye.
Bye. And with that, I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you, mods, for keeping the riffraff out, and possibly, if I can get everything going, Friday, I'll finally get on the BushCRAFTY channel and do a live. So we'll have to see. Until tomorrow, I'll be over on Bear Truth channel. I'm sure we have a good show going on over there. Until next time, thanks everybody. And also, far as I know, Tin will be live tonight. And with that, I'll go ahead and, you know, do the ad thing.
But you know what, Tin? Let's do this. Oh, wow, look at that. Look at that.
Somebody put some detail into this. I like it. Noah, you guys are watching. And remember, this is for entertainment purposes only, no professional shit, you know. I don't know if there's spaceships, but I think I see a whole another planetary celestial body out there, like planets and moons, because I see small balls and little bigger balls, and I see balls.